last year we couldn't do anything, too much water. But the winter we've had this winter, Lake Huron's going to be up. There's going to be a lot of areas we're not going to be able to get into control, and it's very frustrating. And then I mentioned about the long-term touch-up. You don't want to spend all this money up front and then just walk away. This happens a lot in the States. They spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, go in with a helicopter, spray their wetlands, and then they don't have any follow-up program. They're wasting their money in the wetlands. So instituting a long-term program, this is again something that the municipality can facilitate, because you have to have a licensed pesticide applicator, so you could possibly have a list of people that are have accreditation to control the Phragmites in certain areas. There is the equipment protocol. You could reduce the spread and reintroduction of Phragmites to your community by insisting that any work that gets done by contractors, they follow this protocol. They don't bring it in from your neighboring communities. And what is this? Oh, you're already working on this actually. This is key. Getting it credit as the spread vectors, the roadside ditches. I believe Nancy's working with the agricultural community, just starting to get that there to control it in their ditches. And it is starting to become a serious issue for farmers now, which is why we can now apply to get on the noxious weed list provincially, which is great. So we know where it is now, but we want to make sure that we keep on top of it. So having a monitoring program in place, that I think is pretty critical for long term. And then that rapid response, as soon as you know where it is, just go deal with it, so it never gets to the point it is right now. And I mentioned that you can assign people to deal with it in certain areas, and Kettle Stony Point First Nation has as well trained staff to look after Phragmites. And I believe this year they're going to help bigger wash each residence with their friend. So the private property owners, they could pay a fee. Like this wouldn't cost the municipality anything. They could just pay a fee to have someone do the touch-up. So again, it's low cost. It's just a matter of facilitating, tracking the activities. I think this is really important. Set up again the program coordinated tracking. Where the Phragmites work is being done, what stage they're at, how effective are things going, what are the hiccups in the system, and just keeping a track of what's going on within your municipality. And also having targets every year, and again, something the coordinator needs to do. So we're going to focus on this year, this area this year, or wherever, and so then you can track how well your program's doing every year. It's another way of just letting the public know where you're at as well, and also keeping a track of your program. There you go. Designated as noxious weed. We've already talked about the benefits of doing this, so I'm not going to spend more time on this. Expanding the program outside of your jurisdiction, I think having them designated as noxious weeds couldn't help as well. You can go to your neighboring municipalities and say, you know what, we're spending all this effort here, all this money in our municipality to deal with this. We don't want it coming from your area of ours, and just helping to get them on board as well. I think that's going to help. And I mentioned the problem with the herbicides. If your municipality could write a letter as well of support saying what you need it here, I mean, it's really going to bring the cost down. It's going to make things much more effective and environmentally responsible. So it just has to happen, and any support we can get, we appreciate. One thing I thought we could potentially pursue, if you like, was a coalition with your municipality and all the partners that are working on Phragmites initiatives here to apply for a user permit this year or next year, so you don't have to wait until the slow wheels that grind at the federal level to get this chemical here, that maybe we could get it here for use. And it's just something to think about. Anyway, this is our goal for you. And as I said, I really think and I say this, I give a lot of talks, that your municipality is the model for the province right now. So I think you should give yourselves a pat on the back and a lot of kudos to you for supporting this and for supporting me. Yeah, we need to get her cloned. If I had her in every municipality, we would have this list.
I want to thank you for your report. And we wouldn't be the spot we are today, in the position we are in the province, without the volunteers and the group that has done all this work. So we applaud you for that. And,
very quickly, this past week I had an opportunity to apply the management plan, and it is wonderful. I had a call from a resident in Lake Valley, Lakeview Haven, and she said she wanted to become involved in the Phragmites program. And I pulled out the management plan, went to her area. I was able to describe, give her the strategies, the cost, the permits. Everything was right there. And when I got off the phone, yes, this is great. This is really what we need. So that, and the other thing I'd like to say is that the biggest challenge right now is the Woods Drive area. And unless we get that under control, there's 120 some odd acres. It's going to be a huge cost. We've received some assistance from the COA funds from the Ministry of Natural Resources, $10,000, but that's just a drop in the bucket. And so if anyone has any ideas as to how we can, in addition to applying for grants, which we are doing, we need to get that under control because it will continue to be the source of the infestation along the whole shoreline. So that is really important. Okay, thank you.
Okay. We have gone to MNR, we have gone to the Department of Highways with delegations from the council, and I know that the county has an awareness of it and put some money in the budget to try and do some work on the county roads and ditches. So that's all in the work, and we will continue on with that. Councillor Russell would like to speak.
Yeah, you guys are always wonderful. Thank you very much. The management plan, when I was reading it, and it is a great read, a pretty big plan, but it's excellent. It's so comprehensive in terms of right down to the costing and all those things I think that you were just alluding to, Nancy. We've got the base that you said that we were going to get, and now we've got to put a plan together how to implement it. And I think it's just excellent. There's just a couple of points I want to ask questions on. First of all, is there any thought to using some form of funding that would, say, resemble, like through the municipality, like the Drainage Act or something where I think we did it with shoreline improvement, where we might be able to, on private land, because one of the bigger issues, as Janice says, is the private land issue, right? Where you would use some form of us assigning loan money, right? And then it would be paid back over time, that type of thinking. That's just another thing I noticed wasn't on your list. We could then be the agent of change, but at the same time, it wouldn't be coming from the purse strings. The other thing I wanted to wondered was, in terms of this formal request, the way it's written, I don't get, has anybody been given approval by a special request of the feds to spray over water yet with gypsum plates? Has it happened? No. So are you inferring here that it's about time we got off our and put a little bit into it? Is that sort of where you're going?
I think that the more that the Pesticide Management Regulation Agency gets these requests, the more they'll realize that it's the, just so you know, on Fighting Island, and that's in the River owned by BASF, they will have approval to use their product Habitat, and I believe they're also going to be using rodeo over water, and they have a permit to do that. They're supposed to be getting a permit to do, so they may be the first in that I'm aware of. Oh, I'm sorry, that not the correct.
So it's something we should be pursuing as well, right?
I don't think it would hurt.
Yeah, I kind of got the point.
It takes time to do it, but yes, I think it would be very beneficial. And you know what? We might, if we get it, that's fantastic.
Yeah. One of the other things I wanted to mention is up at the museum today, we had the lady from Land and Wildlife, and the name slips my mind, but she's a herbologist, and she has all her files with all the natural, I can't remember her name, she's out of Sarnia, Land and Wildlife, She knows you, Janice, by reputation. She read your